Imagine cities that once thrived with life, their streets filled with people, their markets bustling with activity, their walls echoing with laughter and stories. Now imagine these cities suddenly disappearing, as if wiped clean from the pages of history. Gone without a trace, swallowed by time, erased from memory. What if I told you that these cities were real, places that existed, but were lost forever, vanished without explanation? What could have caused such a fate? Was it natural disaster, a curse, an act of war, or something far more mysterious? Stick around, because today we are uncovering the secrets of the lost cities that were erased from history. And don't forget to subscribe and like if you want more mind-bending mysteries just like this. Our journey begins with the city of Atlantis, perhaps the most famous lost city of all. Mentioned by the philosopher Plato over 2,000 years ago, Atlantis was described as an advanced civilization with incredible technology and a powerful navy. It was a utopia, a city of wealth and knowledge, a beacon of human achievement. But then, in a single night, it was gone, swallowed by the sea, buried beneath the ocean waves. Some say it was a natural disaster, an earthquake, or a tsunami that caused the city's downfall. But what if there is more to the story? Some believe Atlantis was a victim of its own success, that its people had become too greedy, too arrogant, and were punished by the gods. Others suspect a more scientific explanation, that Atlantis was built on unstable ground, and its destruction was inevitable. And yet, there are those who believe it was never a city at all, but rather a metaphor for a lost age, a forgotten time when humanity was closer to the divine. But could Atlantis have been real? And if so, where is it now? Next, we move on to the city of El Dorado, the legendary city of gold, said to be hidden deep within the jungles of South America. For centuries, explorers searched for this mythical place, driven by tales of unimaginable wealth. Spanish conquistadors like Francisco Orellana ventured deep into the Amazon, hoping to find the city and claim its treasures. But El Dorado remained elusive, always just beyond reach, hidden by the thick canopy of the rainforest. Some say El Dorado was never a city at all, but rather a ritual where the king of a tribe would cover himself in gold dust and dive into a sacred lake. Others believe El Dorado was a real place, destroyed by the very greed it inspired. And yet, there are whispers that it still exists, hidden from the eyes of the world, protected by spirits or ancient guardians. Could there be a city of gold, still waiting to be discovered, somewhere in the dense, uncharted jungles of the Amazon? Now let's embark on a voyage to the deserts of Jordan, where the city of Petra, which is said to be lost, is located. Petra was once a thriving metropolis, a center of trade where merchants from all over the ancient world came to exchange commodities, tales, and ideas. Petra was once a symbol of the ancient world, a monument to the inventiveness and ability of the people who lived there. The city was carved into the rose-red cliffs, and its temples and tombs were cut directly from the rock. Nevertheless, Petra was deserted all of a sudden. The city was engulfed by the sands of time, which caused it to fall into ruin. There are many who believe that the city's downfall was brought on by an earthquake, while others believe that the departure of trade routes was the cause of the city's isolation and subsequent forgetfulness. On the other hand, there are some who murmur about a curse, a dark magic that drove the people away, and a secret that is concealed deep inside the cliffs and is waiting to be discovered. In all honesty, what took place with Petra? What were the reasons for its people leaving? And what mysteries does it still conceal? And what about the city of Cahokia, which was situated close to the city of St. Louis in the state of Missouri? During its peak, which occurred around the year 1200 AD, Cahokia had a population of tens of thousands of people, making it larger than London. It was a city of pyramids, a complex society with a rich culture and profound understanding of astronomy and agriculture. It was where the pyramids were built. However, Cahokia, along with a great number of other places, was abandoned. The city was abandoned to deteriorate, and every one of its inhabitants vanished without a trace. To what extent did a disease, a catastrophic flood, or climate change contribute to the extinction of the population? On the other hand, was it something more enigmatic? Some people are of the opinion that Cahokia was the location of an ancient ceremony, a center of power that required participants to make sacrifices. Could it be that the city's leaders were responsible for its destruction, or could it be that it was cursed by a malevolent force? The city of Cahokia, which was obliterated from history and its mysteries buried beneath the ground, continues to be one of the most intriguing archaeological riddles in the United States. On the other hand, there are even more cities that have been lost and forgotten, and whose stories are lying dormant. Consider the city of Mohenjo-Daro, which is located in what is now Pakistan. Mohenjo-Daro, which was a part of the ancient Indus Valley civilization, was a masterpiece of urban design. It had sophisticated water management systems, buildings with multiple stories, and a busy marketplace. However, all of a sudden, about the year 1900 BC, the city was deserted. The people who lived there disappeared and the city was left to fall apart. A number of people feel that it was a natural tragedy, while others claim that it was an invasion. Nevertheless, there are those who murmur about a more horrifying possibility, which is that Mohenjo-Daro was destroyed by a powerful weapon, possibly even a nuclear explosion because of its location. Skeletal remains that were exposed to high quantities of radiation, stones that had melted, and signs of intense heat have all been discovered by archaeologists. It's possible that this ancient city was obliterated by a weapon that was decades ahead of its time, a weapon that we have not yet been able to fully fathom. To add insult to injury, there is the legend of the lost city of Z, which is said to be an ancient city that is buried deep within the Brazilian jungle. According to the British explorer Percy Fawcett, it was the remnants of a long-lost civilization that was more advanced than any civilization that had ever been discovered. In the year 1925, he embarked on a journey to locate it. However, he and his companions vanished without a trace. Other people believed that they were killed by enemy tribes, while others believed that they were killed by the hazards that the bush had to offer. However, there are those who murmur that Fawcett discovered the city and decided to remain there, or that he discovered something so startling that he was silenced for the rest of his life. Where did Z's city go when it was lost? Do you believe that it actually existed? Or is it just another mythology, another story that has been lost in the mists of time? These are just a few of the cities that have been erased from history, their stories buried beneath sand, jungle, and water. But why were they forgotten? Was it chance, bad luck, or something more sinister? Could there be a hidden hand, a force at play, that seeks to erase these places from our memory? What if these cities hold secrets that could change everything we know about our past, and maybe even our future? As we search for answers, we must ask ourselves, why do these cities disappear? Is it because they were built on cursed ground? Did they fall victim to their own ambitions? Or was it something far more mysterious? Something that defies explanation? Something we are not meant to know? Perhaps these cities were erased because they held knowledge too dangerous to be discovered, secrets that could challenge the very fabric of our reality. Or maybe, just maybe, they are waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves once more, to tell us their stories in their own time, in their own way. What do you think? Could these lost cities have been erased from history by accident or by design? Were they destroyed by natural forces or by something far beyond our understanding? As we continue to uncover the mysteries of our world, we may find that the answers are far more complex and far more shocking than we ever imagined. So keep questioning, keep searching, and never stop looking for the truth. And if you enjoyed this journey through the unknown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more mysteries that will challenge everything you think you know.